In the United States, women were only allowed to open their own bank account in 1974 with the Equal Credit Opportunity Act. This is barely 2 generations ago, and more recently in 2022, women are still earning 82 cents per every dollar earned by a man. This has largely been the case over the past 20 years, and frankly, we are at a disadvantage compared to men when it comes to personal financial growth. Today, I'll talk about why financial literacy is so important for women, how we can use financial literacy to gain financial independence, and also why financial independence is so important even in the scope of romantic relationships. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Carly. I'm a model and product manager in tech, and on this channel we talk about all things personal finance, modeling, and lifestyle. A 2022 study from the Stanford Center of Longevity found that women on average tend to perform more poorly on tests of financial literacy compared to men. They found this in a couple ways. Not only did they find that women on average got more questions wrong than men did, they were also more likely to choose the answer "I don't know." Women have been historically tethered to male dependence when it comes to matters of finances, and now we face a stark reality. The US Census found that 50% of women aged 55 to 66 don't have any type of retirement savings, exceeding men at 47%. Even among those who saved, only 22% of women had above $100,000 in retirement savings compared to 30% of men. That stat itself should illustrate the urgency that we as women have to enhance our financial literacy and also close that gendered gap in economic preparedness. With better financial literacy, we can make better informed decisions around budgeting, investments, and long-term financial planning. We will be empowered to navigate economic challenges, to achieve our goals, and improve our overall well-being and independence. Financial literacy encompasses a wide range of skills and knowledge related to managing money. It includes, but isn't limited to, understanding budgeting, saving, investing, debt management, all of which I talk about on this channel. It also includes the ability to make informed decisions as needed about personal finance. We simply can't obtain financial independence without financial literacy. Now let's talk about financial independence. Financial independence in the conventional term means being able to live the type of life you want because of the assets that are generating income for you. These usually look like investments in the stock market, investments in businesses, maybe investments in real estate. If you've heard of the FIRE movement, financial independence, retire early, that's what this pretty much falls under. And again, you can't FIRE without managing your finances diligently, without paying off all of your debt, without understanding how to leverage your money to build wealth. And also without managing credit and credit scores. These are all really important for you to be able to FIRE. That's just the tip of the iceberg. Achieving financial independence is a whole other video in and of itself. And that being said, I think it's also really important to address financial independence when it comes to romantic relationships as well. In heterosexual marriages, 15% of women were stay-at-home moms in 2022, and that number raised to 24% in 2023. This is largely due to the rise in childcare costs over the last few years. And at surface level, it may make sense for someone to stay home if the cost of childcare for 1 year is higher than the income of one of the parents. But long term, it's really important to understand the risks of stepping out of the workforce for an extended period of time. To be clear, this point isn't about whether being a stay-at-home carer is a good or bad thing. Rather, it's important to understand the financial implications of your position. If a stay-at-home parent leaves the workforce to solely rely on their partner for a living, and they aren't getting paid during this time, they're foregoing a potential for a 1K company match, they're foregoing HSA contributions and an HSA company match. There's the employee stock purchase plan that they can't take advantage of. They don't have the wage increases that comes with promotions, and they don't have career advancement. This is all over as many years as they are out of the workforce. That could easily amount to hundreds of thousands of dollars per year, depending on what level the employee was at when they left the workforce. That's also hundreds of thousands of dollars that can't be invested and compounded for growth. We're only talking about the value that you're missing out from the workforce. That's not even counting the value of your labor, which in this new role probably entails chef, housekeeper, cleaner, maybe therapist. That's 3 different roles. Well, maybe 4 if you're counting the therapist. But for the purpose of the argument, let's just say 3 different roles that you would most likely have to hire 3 different people for to make the household run as a stay-at-home parent could make the household run. And we haven't even talked about the work hours for this role. You're highly unlikely to be working the hours of 9 to 5 if you're in the role of a stay-at-home parent. These also don't even begin to encompass the mental and emotional labor that generally falls on women. If you want to learn more about this, I would highly recommend the book Emotional Labor, written written by Rose Hackman. It sheds a lot of light on the undervalued labor that women are socialized to contribute in general. Now, consider that 50% of all marriages end in divorce. This could very well not happen to you, but also most people get married not anticipating a divorce. Just like how you don't plan on getting into a car crash, but you still buy car insurance, financial independence, aka your own money accessible to you for whenever you need, is insurance for you to be able to walk away from a relationship, even if you never use that money. Money gives you options, and if you're in a situation that you no longer want to be in, you're gonna want options. So if you're a stay-at-home spouse, maybe you should get paid by your partner, where you get cash to invest and save as you need so you can keep your financial independence. If those facts don't help, then consider this. A study from UPenn showed that unmarried women, particularly divorced women nearing retirement age, have substantially lower amounts of wealth compared to married couples and unmarried men. The difference is only partially explained by lower levels of permanent earnings and labor force attachment. It may also be the lack of adequate financial literacy. In other words, divorced women are financially worse off than married couples and unmarried men when it comes to retirement. It's likely because they were not in the labor force as long and they lacked financial literacy compared to their male counterparts. So whether you're single or you're in a relationship, it's really important to understand how your money is managed. Understand how you can leverage money to invest and to build wealth. This will give you the power to have all of the information needed to make solid financial decisions for yourself. Learning about personal finance can be complex, but it's important to take the time to learn about these topics, especially as women, because only recently were we able to build and accumulate wealth under our own names. Only with financial literacy can we achieve financial independence in both relationships and from the corporate world. I'm 25 and I only started learning about this 3 years ago when I graduated college and entered the workforce. I spent time learning about strategically leveraging my money because I want to live an easy life without struggle. The way I know how to do that right now is by building wealth. I don't know everything. I'm in the process of learning. So if you want to join me, learn with me, and learn from me, then subscribe to this channel because I talk about personal finance all the time. That's it for this video, but if you like this video, you might also like this video here on 5 money mistakes you might be making that is sabotaging your financial well-being.